Hi children, how are you all? Are you all fine? Yes, I hope you all are fine and well. Okay, so let's begin our subject essays and in geography chapter number 2 inside our earth that will begin. So we all are very curious to know that what is there in the earth, what is there inside the earth, that we would like to know that what is there inside the earth. So the layers are there inside the earth. The three main layers are there that present inside the earth. That is crust, mantle, and core. These three main layers are there: crust, mantle, and core. These are present inside the earth. So we'll learn in detail about that. So the earth came into existence about that 5 billion years ago. 5 billion years ago, that earth formation happened. So it's that surface of that earth is there and changes from time and year to year. The time whatever passed and by year that surface of that earth is changed by that time. So that detail of that study of earth will get by that historians Friedel and Notts. So in the beginning, when the formation of earth happened, it was very hot and molten. The earth was very hot and it was molten when its formation happened that time. Then the temperature, we'll talk about the temperature of that earth when the formation of earth happened at the time. The temperature was at about 5000 degrees Celsius temperature was there. Temperature was approximately 5000 degree, and you know that the earth is there. It is a 2900 kilometer solid body is there. It's that. In short, earth is 2900 kilometer a solid body is there. That is called earth. It contains rocks, minerals, the forest, lakes, that we know that biosphere, lithosphere, atmosphere, that everything it contains. So the average density of Earth is about 5.5 gram per cubic meter. 5.5 per cubic meter. Then the structure of the Earth. We now talk about the structure of the Earth. If we study more detail about the Earth, we'll have to study about the structure of the Earth in detail. So, by some physical properties and chemical properties and that density of the Earth is divided into three layers. First is crust, second is that is mantle, and third is core. So, in these three main layers, the whole Earth is divided. So first of all, we'll see about that first layer is there, that is crust. So that before we start that crust, we'll see that it is divided in three layers that we already discussed: crust, mantle, and core. And the arrangement of these layers are there in Earth like onion shape, one layer after another layer and then layer. So layer on layer, that is formation happen like an onion shape. So first of all, we'll see about crust. So the crust is a one solid layer. It is the outermost layer of the earth, and it is a solid layer of the earth. It is very solid, and the crust that density is approximately it is very thinner, and it is 5 to 8 kilometer in ocean. In ocean, that is a 5 to 8 kilometer density is there, and on the continent 35 kilometer. There are two that ways are there of crust, that is a continental crust and oceanic crust. That oceanic crust and continental crust. Two parts are there in that crust. The crust can be divided into two parts. That first part is there, that continental crust. It is about 50 kilometer from continent, and second part is there oceanic crust. It is kilometer thick in the under that surface of ocean. And that you know that crust, it is a solid part, outermost layer of the earth, and it is divided in two categories. The continental crust 50 kilometer from continent, and the density of that oceanic crust is 6 kilometer thick in the means under that ocean. So we learn that the crust has two parts: continental crust and oceanic crust, and its density is given. It is varies from place to place, and its density is already given. Okay, next of that we will study about first continental crust. The continental crust, it exits about 50 kilometer. It exits about 50 kilometer from that surface of the earth, and it is made up of two main layers: the uppermost layer and the innermost layer. The uppermost layer is there; it is made up of silica and aluminum, and it is called shear. And the innermost layer is there, Sima. It is made up of silica and magnesium. So the two layers are there, uppermost layer and innermost layer of this crust. So now the uppermost layer is represented that granite, rocks, that and many things are there like minerals, and the lower layer is represented by basaltic rocks. Now oceanic crust. The oceanic crust lies below the surface of the ocean, and it is that thickness is about 6 kilometer. The oceanic crust thickness is 6 kilometer under the sea and under the ocean. Now we'll see about that oceanic crust in detail. It is much thinner than oceanic continental crust, and thickness is 6 kilometer. Just that made up of some ballastic rocks, and some minerals are present in this oceanic crust. It is a crust is denser than the continental crust. Mantle, the innermost layer of the earth, the inner layer of the earth is called mantle, and it is very hot layer. The average temperature of this mantle layer is about 2000, means temperature is very high, and it is depth is there 2900 kilometer depth is there, and the crust is about 2900 kilometer inside the earth. Temperature is very high, and we can get lava, molten lava. When the earthquake happens, then that lava is coming out. That molten lava is present in this layer. Which layer? Mantle layer. Okay. Now we'll see about the core. The core layer of the earth. The core layer, the innermost layer. It is very inside the earth. The innermost layer is called core, and it is start from the depth of 2900 kilometer, and here the temperature is extremely very hot temperature. The temperature in core is about 3000 degrees Celsius to 6000 degrees Celsius. In short, we can say that the temperature in this layer is very hot, that all molten rocks are there present, and that many minerals are present. The core is extremely hot, and that we can see that molten rocks are there, magma, lava is present here. Then when that lava is coming out, it's happened magma. So that lava, hot liquid lava is also present here, and it is divided into two parts. That core is there, it is also divided into two parts: the upper part and the inner part. Means that upper core and the inner core. The upper core is under tremendous pressure, and the inner core is also more pressure is there. In that both layer, that pressure is there or more. This both layers are there under tremendous more heat and pressure is there, and the outer layer is there, that is molten rocks and molten metals are there that in this layer. Rocks and minerals. Rocks and minerals are there. As we learn about rocks and minerals. So rocks and minerals are present in the lithosphere. It contains a lithosphere. It is a, we can say it is a one kind of part of lithosphere. Rocks and minerals are formed in that lithosphere. So if we collect some information, then we will know that rocks are formed and minerals are formed in the lithosphere, and it is solid rocks. Some solid rocks be found in lithosphere. Rocks may be hard materials and like marbles, granite, magnet, and some stones are there. We got. So there are many uses of that rocks are there. Soft materials are there like clay, sand, and chalks are also called rocks. And minerals are there. They are naturally we are getting that in oceanic current, that in a substance like in ocean, that minerals getting like copper, bauxite, gold, silver, and these all kind of metals we are getting, gypsum. These all are called that minerals. So in rock, minerals are very costly and valuable minerals will get by this. And a rock in which a particular mineral is formed in a large percentage, that is called the ore of that minerals. Suppose ore, the bauxite is the ore of aluminum. So instead of that metals we are getting bauxite, that is the ore of aluminum. Rocks are there formed in the surface of the earth. It's inside the earth. The rocks are formed after the process of many years. And after the process of many years, the rocks are formed. Rocks are there. They are one kind of shiny surface. The rocks are there. They are shiny surface. And you know that there are three major categories of all rocks. That igneous rocks, then sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. So rocks are divided into three main categories, and they are different in characteristics. The solids also there, and these all are divided in three categories. So that first is that igneous rocks, then sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. So this rocks formation is there. That is a long process. That is one kind of cycle is there. So from that sedimentary rocks that formation happen, metamorphic rocks formation happen. And first of all that igneous rock is there. Igneous rock it form into that sedimentary, and sedimentary from metamorphic rock is there. So that rocks are one kind of solid that means the metals are there. In short, we can say rocks are solid that bodies will get inside that core. So it takes a long process to change from one rock to the another rock. So the changing process is there from one rock to another rock. The rocks they change their structures from one rock to the another rock. Transformation. In short, we can say transformation of one rock to another rock. That is called that rock cycle. So it's from one rock to another rock. It change. It transfer. That is called that rock cycle. So we'll learn about that rock cycle. A mineral, a magma from the surface of the earth. It is the flowing, and after that long process, that magma cool up. It changes and to surface of the earth it came, and the rocks formation happened from that. It is called igneous rocks, and igneous rock that is there. Formation happen from that lava, and when it come out, it change into igneous rocks. And after the long process, because of heat, rain, cold, wind, these rocks broke up in some pieces, and that rocks broke up in some fragments. Fragments are there. They divided in different parts. by this force of that water, rain, wind, and some natural that phenomena have there, then it's changed into different means parts. And whenever after the long process, after many years, it connects together happen and it form that sedimentary rocks. In short, it's in the form of land beds are there in the rivers, ocean, seas, and in different way it means formation happen and it is deposited at one place. That all that broken pieces of that igneous rocks, anyhow after long process, many years, and it means together happen, connected, means deposited at one place, and after the process of many years, it form that sedimentary rocks. So now that sedimentary rocks formation happen from that igneous rock due to the metamorphism and a huge amount of heat and rain and means that huge amount of heat pressure is there, more pressure is there inside that earth in core because of more pressure and more heat that rocks are there which metamorphic rocks and igneous rock are there. They are changing their structure and it's changed into that metamorphic rocks and it's transformed. They transform their form into that metamorphic rocks. So this metamorphic and igneous rock, because of heat and pressure, they change into that metamorphic rock. So this process happen of changing, that is called cycle. And after that long process of many years, that metamorphic rocks are there that present on the surface. It melt because of heat and pressure. It change its structure. Which that metamorphic rocks are there. That formation happen because of that igneous rocks and then sedimentary rocks formation happen and it change into metamorphic rocks. Because of that heat and pressure, it change and then after that more heat and pressure, the magma cools and the more heat and pressure that metamorphic rocks are there, it changes into that sedimentary rocks are there and then again igneous rocks formation from that lava. So these metamorphic rocks are there because of heat and pressure, it change its structure. So that rocks are buried under the surface of earth in this layer. So in after the process of many years, it is not the process of 1 or 2 years. It is 1,000 years pressure due to the heat. The magma cools and it forms the rock. Some rocks are buried like that. Igneous and sedimentary rocks are buried in the surface of the earth and form that magma formation happen and because of heat that metamorphic rock changes into that lava. Then that lava again that will change and it change into that igneous rocks and again it change into sedimentary rocks and this way the cycle of that rock cycle from one rock to another rock to next rock, that is continue. So this is called that rock cycles. So how we see that the one rock from another rock and another rock, one rock, that formation happening in a circular manner means that that metamorphic rocks are there that from sedimentary and igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are there, the igneous rocks are there. From that metamorphic rocks happen, that sedimentary rocks formation. So these all processes are there. They are called that rock cycle. Now uses of rocks. The rocks are there. We are using in many ways. In first of all that marbles and some that marbles, granite, that all we can use in the construction of house. In big houses they are using this. Minerals like coals are there. Means petroleum. These all are used as fuel that we can say that soil for agriculture. That soil for agriculture is there. It is formed from the rocks and some means that buildings are there making. They are using once some kind of rocks to make the houses, and in short, in construction work they are using that rocks. Then rocks are source of chemical. For example, that potash and phosphoric are found in sedimentary rocks. So there are many uses of rocks in our daily life. So this way that rock cycle change and rock formation happen, and we know that one rock to another rock and how that change that structure. The structure of the earth we divide in three categories: crust, mantle and core, and we learn about this all three layers. Then how the formation happen of rocks. In short, we learn about rock cycle and how you know that from one rock to another rock and how that formation happen from that igneous rocks and then sedimentary rocks and then metamorphic rocks and then again metamorphic rocks form that liquid form and because of heat and pressure and again that formation happen of that igneous rock. So from one rock to another rock that cycle is continuous. It is called that rock cycle. Okay. So first of all, this all explained